Hello, everybody. Good night. In behalf of Inspires Consortium, it is an enormous pleasure to tell you why we have chosen stories to tell about the sciential process, why we have decided to inspire through stories. Well, as you know, mm, let me tell you, this picture was taken in Bolivia. They were having a meeting inside this rural school aula. The meeting went late night. The community was outside. They were taking decisions inside that meeting, inside that room regarding community health. This guy was trying to see what was going on inside that little room. A photographer took this picture, and we believe there is a story in this picture. Sometimes even pictures tell complete stories because we are like this. We are humans. We are connected through stories. They are central in our human cognition. We learn by stories. As human beings, we are drawn into stories because we identified with the protagonist or one or the other. We see ourselves reflected in stories. And considering stories are universal, it is quite easy to understand why we, as a sciential process project, decided to shape our communication dynamics through inspiring stories. These stories could display how a sciential process moves in a better way than just presenting the general and at sometimes abstract model of a science. We believe stories may ease the connection with different publics. Of course, civil society organizations, of course, students and researchers, but also general public. So let me introduce you once again, sharing my screen. Please forget these technical issues. Our website, let me introduce you Inspire's website. Here is our web. We always have these pictures that tell some stories, and we have a little explanation of what is going on in that picture, sometimes related with some of our specific projects on field. But please, if you visit our page, don't hesitate to visit this little corner there in the bottom, Inspiring Stories. There you'll see several sciential processes told in stories. Let's choose one of them. I'm thanking your patience with these technical issues. For example, it happened in Hungary. Uh, a mathematician teacher um, asked his class to install a garden. One of our partners working there in Hungary, Environmental Social Science Research Group, accompanied this process where students decided how to implement a garden. So they went to the plot, they draw several possible layouts for the garden. At the end, the spiral was chosen, drawn by one student. Then they all start working in the process. Some time later, they had it already there in place. And with time, this process show this allowed this team a magnificent connection with with the healing power of nature, and it also helped our research team to understand how this could be explained to students. This story is there. Please give it a look, or let's go, if you prefer, to the last or the most recent one we have published. I'll take you to another context. Let's go to Gulu, a city in Uganda, where one of our Inspires Open Call winners, this brings us this wonderful story of a project. This is Gulu, a city in Uganda, a country that is finally coming out of several of war situations, now standing in his own feet. But struggling as many other cities in the world with other problems. This is waste. Waste is eating the city. This is why, in a gathering several actors through a community-based participatory action research, uh, several local actors and the Gulu University decide to to assess this problem from the perspective of the opportunity of generating youth employment. So this is the team, and they have narrated their the story of their project as a story. I can't find a better way to communicate on how an idea turns out into research, into participatory action research. So it is a pleasure for us to remember that stories can inspire, and we have been inspired by some of them, and we want to share them with you. So thanks for your time. Thank you very much.